Mega is an improvised satire from the staff of a fictional megachurch.
Hiya, I'm Hallie Labont, and this is Mega, coming to you from Twin Hills Community Church, where every single week we're giving our mega church a tiny family feel by introducing you to members of our church staff and people from our community, and I always find it to be a treat and a treasure. And per usual, I'm joined by my co-host. He's the youth pastor for our high school ministry called Climax. Please welcome Gray Haas.
Jay, hi in the house. Hallie, how are you? I'm so excited for our next guest.
Oh, me too. Way too blessed to be stressed. Well, just like Jesus dunked John the Baptist in the Jordan River, our guest today is a baptismal. Our guest today is a baptismal dunker extraordinaire. In fact, they call her the old dunker. Oh, wait, what was your nickname?
The Big Dunker.
The Big Dunker. In fact, she goes by the Big Dunker. Welcome to the program, Marla Rosalade. How you feeling today, Big D?
Oh, hello. It's good to be here. Good to see your beautiful, shining, God-given faces.
That is right. God did give us these faces, and mine is smiling because I always say, if we don't see you when you're wet, we see you when you're above our heads. Because something a lot of people don't know is that Marla, when you're not assisting with baptisms on most weekends, you play what I would say is like kind of the big angel of Christmas programs, Easter programs, Mother's Day. Of course, every now and then you'll be the Passover angel too, which is a bit dark. But yeah, you've just really made your name in this church as like, if she's not up there, she's down here in the water. Isn't that right?
That's correct. That's exactly correct. If I'm not flying, I'm slow drying. You know, coming out of the big old dunk tank, baptismal font, big pool of renewal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're a queen of air and sea, because I just admire the way in all of our Christmas programming and any of our big calendar holidays that you are up there. You're in this massive angel costume that has real feathers. I mean, white feathers, huge feathers. And
that
all
I
of
plucked.
this. Oh, that
really?
is so awesome.
Hey, I handmade this.
Really?
Is that right?
That's
you've
right.
got it there. Oh, that's it.
Well,
Okay,
it's
you've got it there.
impressive. I mean, the
Thank
costume
you.
itself is probably 20 feet long. You have that long tulle trail behind you, and I mean, you're 100 feet in the air from the flies.
At
least. this is like what performers do in Cirque du Soleil, and here you're doing it right here at Twin Hills.
I know. Are you trained in aerial work of any kind?
Arts?
There was a short time in my life where I had a little tryst with a Russian circus man, and he would hoist me up on these ropes and twirl me around, and I thought, okay, I'm really something up here, you know? So am I trained? No. But have I flown under the supervision of a professional before, and also from the great support of our own church? Yes.
Wow.
And I'm sorry, who needs training when you have the power of Christ behind
That
you?
is,
You think he's
that's
going to
what
let
I'm
me
saying.
fall? You think he's going to have me go kerplat?
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. I believe that even if your harness gave way and all those safety precautions that, our awesome crew and our backstage staff, they've got it all under wraps and it's a well-oiled machine. But even if they made a mistake, and let's say your harness gave out or the ropes let go of the fly system that's supporting you, I think you would still stay up there aloft because, God isn't going to let you fall. Not in
He's
Twin
not.
Hills. No way, not a chance.
He's simply not. It's not going to happen.
Marla, I did want to ask too, and I hope this isn't too personal, but I was trying to guess your height the other day, and with a few people, and I thought 7 feet, but a lot of people are saying you're actually in the high sixes. What is your actual height? Because you're a very tall lady.
Thank you for saying that. I'm 7'2".
You're 7'2".
I'm 7'2". Yeah.
That is
Wow.
awesome.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I always say, the baptism pool is actually about 5 or 6 feet deep, but when you're standing at it, it only is coming up to about your mid calf, mid thigh. So it looks very shallow, but I guess it's a bit surprising when people get in there and you're helping them, how deep it actually is.
That's right. a lot of people feel safer when I'm in there. And when they get nervous in the font, I say there's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to worry about. It's me, it's Pastor Steve, it's you, it's Jesus, it's John the B.
Yep. That's true.
And sometimes I'll grab their hands and just sing sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-lo.
Why do you sing that?
Wow. That sounds like it's from the Psalms. It's like Selah.
Here's the thing. Shallow came out how many years? A few years ago. And I'm thinking, Lady Gaga, Bradley Cooper lifted that one right from me.
Oh, is that
Wait, is that? Oh,
right?
that's
They
from A
stole
Star
it
Is Born.
Yeah, it's from A Star Is Born. That's right.
Okay.
And
I thought.
everyone went goo goo gaga literally for that song. And I'm over here. That's my song. So why do I sing that to them? So they feel, even though their spirit is going deep, they're in the shallow with me.
I see.
Yep.
I see. Okay. So you were singing Shallow something. Okay.
And God has a plan for all our lives. And I think God knew when he was knitting you together in your mother's womb, he said, I'm making this a tall one. I'm going to stretch this one out, because he knew you were going to be you were going to be on the baptism staff, and that people feel safe in your arms. Because if you think about what dunking somebody is in a water baptism, is you're sort of just dipping them as if you're Fred Astaire and they're Ginger Rogers. Am I right? You're just kind of giving them a dip as if you're on the dance floor, but you got the benefit of the water. But I think people feel safe in your hands because you're such a towering stature of a person.
Thank you. I do want to be clear. I am dunking. I'm not dipping.
Okay. Is there a difference?
There's a difference.
Oh, really?
What's the technique?
Well, with the dip, you might just feel, the back of your head got wet. Or just something a little bit more subtle. When you are dunked, you are overcome with the power of Christ.
Yeah.
And there's a difference. I honestly, I do aim for people to feel as though they might drown, and then we bring them back up, and then we bring them back up.
Yeah.
Well, what is baptism if not consensual drowning? I've said that to people before, because if you really think about it, you have to relinquish control there, don't you? You are giving over your life to Christ, and it could happen right then and there that you might not come up. And I think that is a powerful reminder when you're underwater to realize, like, this could be it.
Well, that's what Jesus says about baptism. He says, as you're being submerged in the water, you are dying to yourself and then being born in Christ. So they should feel a pretty intense, shock to the system of hitting that water, being held down there so that they can sort of simulate dying, so to speak. And then, emerging in new life.
Because a dunk without a danger is a dip, right?
See?
A dunk without danger is a dip. And I'm not here to dip. I'm only here to dunk.
Oh.
Yes.
Also, can I just say, Dunkin' Donuts?
Also stolen. They're stealing from you.
I'm
too.
seeing
Wait, you
stuff
can
left
just say
and
it?
right.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh, I thought you were just saying it.
Just saying Dunkin' Donuts.
And they sound good right now. I could go for.
Well, you did say, "Can I just say Dunkin' Donuts?" And I was just like, "Oh, can you just say it?" And I think that's fine if you do say it.
You can just say it. That's true.
Okay.
But what I want to say about them is, I'm seeing left and right Dunkin'. They stole Dunkin' from me.
Yeah,
I'm the Dunkin' lady.
Oh, right. Yeah, you've had a lot of things, it seems like, taken from you that you've kind of come up with.
I have, and thank you for saying that.
Now, if somebody is listening and they haven't yet been baptized, which is so important, for your witness, to let people know that you've made this public affirmation of your commitment to Christ. And, it's such an important part of the process of following Jesus, is that we follow in his footsteps, and he was baptized too. And, I just was wondering if there's somebody out there listening who's been considering it, what are some of the things that they need to know? Like, what are some of the precautions you take, to make sure that they're going to feel safe in your arms and all of that stuff? And what can they expect?
If you've never been baptized before, and, I can really only speak to our process at our church.
Yeah.
But if you're going to come to our church and experience it, I would recommend that you get a one-piece bathing suit.
Oh, okay.
If you're a woman, and maybe something along the lines of a singlet or a scuba suit if you're a man.
Okay.
The water is gonna rush in and rush out, and you don't want it going up any of your orifices. So something secure.
Yep.
I'm also recommending swim caps and goggles.
Okay, I've noticed that on some people now, especially when they're in your line.
And some of those head rubber bands that have the nose squeezer in the front, to hold your nose.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So you're going to want to come prepared. Okay. Do not put on lotion in the morning.
Okay.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Because I won't be able to grab you. You're going to
they'll slip out of your hands like a fish, huh?
slip right through me.
Okay.
And unfortunately, as you know,
you've lost someone.
we have had a few fatalities.
I know we did not want to bring that up, but since it did come up, was that a lotion-based fatality?
It was a lotion-based fatality.
Really?
I give them paperwork. I say, read this whole thing. Do not skip over the fine print. And I say very clearly on there, no lotion. People don't want to listen.
I guess maybe the upside to it was the week, it was the Sunday after Christmas, and a lot of people weren't at church that day. So, we didn't have to see that happen, at least in front of a full auditorium. A lot of people take that weekend off. And I guess the other thing I would say is I hope no one comes after you because you were yelling, I can't grab him. I can't hang on to him. I can't. He's slipping around, and you were saying it very clearly.
Nobody's coming after me. No one's coming after me.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
I am very close to law enforcement, and I have the protection.
Oh, good.
I have their protection. So let me just say, nobody's coming after me.
Oh,
wow.
Good. Because I bet these people are trying to be sneaky. You're very clear, and so they'll use a unscented Lubriderm or some such, and so you don't know until they're slipping out of your fingers, and then now you have a fatality on your hand. But what I say is that person's pretty lucky because dying in a baptismal, that's a straight shot to the pearly gates.
It really is.
I mean, goodness gracious, they're lucky.
It sure is. And I say that before I dunk them. I say, if you
good.
die, you're lucky.
Yeah. How did you get so close to law enforcement?
Well, I had a tryst with the chief of police.
Oh, wow.
And he said he has never made love the way that we had. And because of the way I had changed his life with my lovemaking, he said that if I am ever confronted with a lawsuit or pulled over by the cops or whatever it may be, to just flash the badge he gave me. And
he gave you his badge.
He gave me his badge.
Wow.
My word.
That's power right there.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Wow, that's
and I'm
great.
only assuming this was all before you found Jesus.
Yeah.
This was before I found Jesus. Absolutely.
It was after the Russian and before Jesus.
Yeah, after the Russian and before Jesus. Yes, but I'm very open about my past, as you know. And sometimes Pastor Steve says, "Hey, zip it up, zip it up, Marla." But I'm an open book. I'm an open book.
You really are. I think that's something I always say it's a fun part of some of the bigger angel roles that you've played, because a lot of times when you're swooping over, up in aisle D or section AA, you'll be talking, pretty full volume because up there they can't hear you on stage. And I've heard and have enjoyed some of kind of your stories that you're just telling from the angel's point of view, and it sounds like a lot of them are based on your real life.
They are, and I'm really glad that you are keeping an ear out for what I'm screaming up there.
Yeah. I guess they are scream, but sort of a screamed story. It's hard to ignore.
I was wondering, have you ever looked into any aerial combat ideas? Because what you could do with all of this beautiful aerial angel work you're doing is maybe we could simulate some spiritual warfare, get some scary demons up there, put a big sword in your hand, and we could have you battling it out in the sky, which is literally happening invisibly around us all the time.
This is an incredible idea. You Guess what? I actually have a lot of swords.
Is
Really?
that right?
Yeah, I collect them.
Oh, well,
That
that's
doesn't
it.
surprise me. You know who you look like, and I don't like this show, but you remind me of the lady from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, with the big sword, the
With
tall lady
yeah, the
with
big
the
blonde
blonde
lady.
hair.
Yeah,
That's
with the big
exactly who you look
with the
like.
big hands and those big
Yeah.
feet and the kind of big flappy feet. Do you
Yeah,
remember
you could
her?
be
She
in
was
the
kind of the big one
big one,
that had the big. She kind of had
tall one,
really
big one, strong
I
big
one.
kind of.
didn't. I tell you what, I didn't watch that show because I don't have a television.
Oh,
Oh,
really? How do you
wow.
manage?
I am very busy with
Oh,
my sword collection, with my dunking, with keeping sharp on aerials. But I take this as a compliment. I know a lot of people really like Game of Thrones.
It is. Yeah. It's. I don't think it's God honoring, but I have seen. I have seen clips of it on the internet from time to time, mostly in meme form. And yeah, that big lady does really remind me of you.
yeah, you're like a warrior princess. You're like a Xena. I mean, it's cool. I wouldn't mess with you. And I just wanted to ask you, Marla, if, when you're in the water with different people who are going through this very intense baptism, you end up with people who are, well, let's just say it out loud. They're in wet t-shirts, aren't they? Unless
Oh
they're
yeah.
showing up with a full wetsuit, which I know you've asked them to do. Some people are just up there in a wet t-shirt. And, we know what happens in wet t-shirts
What?
and what becomes visible and everything. And I just wonder if it causes you to stumble in the flesh
Oh,
because you're getting glimpses of what is essentially a naked body because it's a wet t-shirt.
I have seen millions of nipples.
Oh, no.
mm,
Millions.
Oh, boy.
And
sick.
I let this be my witness. I am extremely tempted by flesh.
Is that right? Wow, the evil one is after you, Marla, because you're so powerful.
Thank you. Thank you. It is hard being this tall, this powerful, and this horny. Let me tell
Oh,
you.
wow, sure.
Really?
I bet it's part of your tallness. It's hormonal.
It is. I am at any moment about to just absolutely pounce, and I really, I
Wow.
really have to. I really have to abstain, restrain,
Oh,
restrain, and abstain. I actually have a tattoo that says restrain and abstain.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I am married.
I am. Yes, I am married. It's complicated, but I'm married. Yeah.
Oh, what's oh, and it's complicated because you
Are so
are.
horny for other people?
That's right.
Oh dear. Well, I'll tell you what. That's the evil one. That is Satan whispering into your ear.
It
You know
is.
what?
It is.
It is. He's saying, look at you. You got all 7 feet and a couple of inches of hunk of dunk and flaming lady
Okay.
bits, and you got hormones coursing through your veins. It's 7 feet of veins, and I'm sure you're just you're pulsating, and it's powerful because the evil one is tempting you, and it would be hard not to be tempted being around all these people who are putting their body into your arms.
That's right. Their wet, slick body into my
Uh-huh.
arms.
Mm-hmm.
I guess what comes to mind, Marla, as we're talking, is just, isn't it fun, Halle, how someone like Marla, who is over 7 feet tall, can come to a place like Twin Hills and really find different roles that serve you gifts. And a lot of people don't know that you can come here and find volunteer positions that serve your gifts. And now, like you said, you've basically got 3 passions in your life. Well, maybe 4. You've got your swords, you got dunking, you've got flying, and then you've got this flesh issue that you're kind of working against. But how simple it's really made your life.
Yes, yes, yes. My favorite thing about working at Twin Hills is I feel it's where skill meets service. And
That's your other tattoo, I noticed.
that is
Yeah,
my
I
other tattoo. Yeah. Right
yeah,
on my
that's cool.
big, huge quads.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that your quads are out, in those bicycle
Oh,
Yeah,
shorts.
that
always.
that could be a tattoo where if it was placed somewhere else might might be read wrong.
That's correct. That is correct. And I had to be very specific with the tattoo artist when I asked for this one. Am I the only one who struggles with? I struggle with the flesh. What do you feel you both struggle with, or you don't have to be so candid if you don't want to be?
Good question.
Yeah, I mean, you are candid, and some would say too candid, but I would say that it would be more like I also, I'm dating right now. I'm dating a lady.
Oh, I love dating.
Oh yeah, Gray.
And that's how I feel. And I'm just so into this lady. She's awesome. I'm dating a twin. And,
whoa.
Yeah, there's two of her.
And there's two of them, Halle. It's not two of her. And it's been really great. But I feel the same, where it's just like I finally, for the first time in my life, I'm just wow. I'm really just struggling with, I guess, flesh. It's just like I think about it,
Lust?
and I'm just like,
are you lusting?
yeah, I mean, it's
her?
like, I guess I think so. I'm just like, wow, this is awesome.
You're overcome with desire to know her in the flesh.
But I guess I would just say lady, my girlfriend Tifa. Or I mean Mickey. Tiff.
I think you're dating Tiffer.
Yeah, I'm dating Tifa.
Their names are Tiffer and Mickey and Tiff. I wonder if they're the same or if they're different, because I think it might be one lady playing two twins so she can date two men at the same time.
Halle, I don't think so. I don't think that's possible.
Well, he and his best friend, Clay Mason Bannerman, are both dating these twins, and it's only one of them all the time. The other one's always excusing herself and coming back and changing her color scarf.
You listen to me, Gray. You be careful.
That's right.
Will you say Gray one time?
Gray?
Yeah. I think you said Greg.
Oh, Gray.
No, it just sounded like Gray.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Listen to me, Gray. You be careful.
Yep.
I once had a tryst with a set of twins.
Whoa.
Really?
From Portugal.
Really?
And nary once were they ever in the same room together at the same time.
So how did you know they were twins?
Because later on, I was at the airport, and who do I see at they both worked at the airport. Who do I see behind the ticket counter? Both of them.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so you'd had a tryst with two different men and thought the whole time it was one?
Yep, never flying Southwest again.
Hey, well, that's true. Get some seat assignments, Southwest, crying out loud.
I know, it really is a floating prison, isn't it?
Now, Marla, I just wanted to ask, when you hear the story of David and Goliath...
Sorry, I said it again.
Okay.
I said floating.
Oh, yeah.
God, it really is a flying prison, isn't it?
It's disgusting. And they give these drink tickets to all these Philistines in there, and everyone gets hammered without seat assignments. It's
honestly, can I say, the fact that planes exist at all, hubris. We think that we're bigger than God, that we can just load ourselves up in the sky and fly wherever we want.
Mm-hmm.
I know, and which is ironic that you spend most of your time, at least 5 to 8 weekends a year, in the sky.
Correct, but I am fastened to cables, rigs.
Yes.
I am powered by man.
Exactly.
Yes.
Connected to the ground.
Exactly. I mean, where are the harnesses on that plane, and why aren't the wings flapping? It sure is not intuitive the way it's working. I mean,
this is why I don't fly anymore in airplanes.
Oh, really?
I get it.
Yeah, a lot of people aren't flying these days. So do you end up just not traveling, or do you take alternative transportation?
I frankly see no reason to leave Indiana.
That's true.
I've always said this.
God's heartland.
I think they should make that a T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Should be
I
the
frankly
slogan.
see no reason to leave Indiana.
I think I have seen that on a T-shirt. Maybe that's another one of your ideas that got stolen.
Probably.
Dang, Marla, dang. You got too many ideas. You got to copyright them. You got to trademark them.
I know. Do you come up with most of your idea? What are some of your other ideas that you've seen that have popped up in other places that you think were yours originally?
Once again, thank you for asking. Well, when you get a Big Mac?
Oh, yeah.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Loving it.
I've heard that before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wrote that.
Where?
I wrote that when I was in junior high.
Really?
Ba-da-bum-bum-bum, I'm loving it.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it.
You wrote that.
I
They
did.
stole that from you. They're a multi-million-dollar corporation.
What in what context in junior high were you loving that something? Was it Flesh again?
It was the Flash.
Oh man. Well, when you're a junior high, you got hormones like never before.
Raging.
Yeah.
I had the dry hump session of my life, and after I was done, ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Wow.
Next thing you know, who's the CEO of McDonald's?
You dry hump the CEO of McDonald's, the future CEO of McDonald's.
Wow.
Yes, these things are not accidents.
Wow.
Wow. You think you're just pressing your denim up against somebody else's zipper button flies and not even knowing you're Tristan, a future billionaire.
And I think his name is Tristan, isn't it?
Oh, that's right.
What?
Having a tryst with Tristan.
What other ideas?
Getting your tryst on with Tristan.
You ever been to Carrabba's?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, Carrabba's has a salad that I cooked up at least 20 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. It's iceberg lettuce, salami, and cheddar cheese.
Oh, that sounds
And then how did
delicious.
that, I mean, that's very original. How did it end up at Carrabba's?
Well, I was on a sabbatical living in Iowa, and I had a lovely tryst with a rancher. And next thing you know, he makes a transition into the hospitality industry.
Really?
His name was Christopher Carrabba, and I would cook for him all the time.
Wow.
Christopher Carrabba. Wow. That is amazing. It's just so amazing how many of your trysts, so many of your ideas have led to trysts, and then the trysts have led to the ideas getting stolen. And I think that's probably a good reminder that you're in the right place to not be, having trysts anymore, because these ideas, these really original ideas, like
Thank you.
a lettuce, cheese, and meat salad, are going to get taken.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's such a good idea. It's basically throwing a ham and cheese sandwich into a salad, and so it's good for you. I think you're genius, and I wouldn't fly either if I was over 7 foot. I don't even know how you fit in the planes, Marla. I mean, besides not needing to leave Indiana. And I just wanted to ask you, because I think as we've all been growing up and we hear the story of David and Goliath, we all just sort of identify with David. But do you actually identify with Goliath in that story?
I do. I really do. And I want to thank you so much for seeing me. You have always seen me, and I always
can't
feel
help
that.
Oh, yeah.
You said you can't help it?
Yeah, I mean, in general, it's hard to not see.
Oh,
you,
yeah.
you know.
Yes.
You're a formidable presence.
I really am. I really do identify more with Goliath. I've been hit in the head with a stone more times than I can count on both of my hands.
Oh,
But
what?
how I am different from Goliath is I get up. What
Yeah.
doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
oh, what's that?
Stand a lit. This is a song I wrote.
Really?
Oh, it's good. Keep going.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little higher. Never that I'm
Wait,
lonely when I'm alone. Sound familiar?
Yeah.
It does.
Think of where that might have come from.
Did someone steal it from you?
Bingo bango.
Oh, who's he?
Bongo.
Bingo bango.
He's the one who is he the one who produced What If I Make the Tango?
He is a
Wow.
producer on that song.
Wow.
That's right.
And what is that song?
That song is Stronger. I believe it's called Stronger. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I met him when I had my internship down at Disney.
Oh.
And yep. And it was intense and it was fast. And bingo bango, he was off with my song. So
Dang.
Wow. Well, I mean, I guess if you're having a tryst with a woman who's 7 feet tall, if it doesn't kill you, it probably does make you stronger.
that's true.